pagi. Saya akan memberi komen mengenai berita yang ditulis dalam New Straits Times pada 12 hari Disember mengenai no truth, Indians are poorest community. Komen saya adalah menunjukkan bahawa affirmative action yang dilakukan oleh kerajaan Malaysia, affirmative action plan implemented by Malaysian government based on racial program and sometimes it's called new economic policy, has not resulted in the full benefit to the total Malaysian community. We have always argued that if you segment the implementation of affirmative action, there is leakages in the action, and therefore, we have shown that there are disparities in the distribution of the program, and therefore has resulted states like Kelantan, Terengganu, Kedah, Sabah and Sarawak and has suffered as a result of it. So, while the intention of the newspaper is trying to say that the Indian should not be so sad because of being not being poor, but there are a number of other communities who are poorer than that. I think this is a shame to us, to the Malaysia and the Malaysian government. The truth about it is that millions, and I must say up to billions of dollars, has been poured into the economic program to help the Malaysian community, and the end result is there is already disparities within this community. For Sabah and Sarawak, it is very essential to appreciate that in spite of enormous resources in that states, the population have not benefited in that program. And that is also the sign that the affirmative action by the Malaysian government through racial distribution program have not worked. At the same time, people would have argued, most of them would have argued that for Kelantan, it is because of the non-Barisan National Government that is what they call the cause of the problem. But I can assure you that if you see that logic, then you will find Kedah is not an exception. Kedah has got as many cabinet ministers and prime minister as representing the state in the government. But the end result of the affirmative action of implemented by the current Barisan National Government has shown that the incident of poverty has also prevalent in this state. So the conclusion that we are going to explain and will be a start of our future deliberation is that we may have to relook into a new affirmative action plan. KeADIlan recommends that racial affirmative action plan based on racial allocation should be stopped now, and the idea of NEP as a savior for helping the so-called the poor community have not worked. So we are recommending that we should look at affirmative action based on social and economic needs. The program of enhancing the income level of the rural community to start now, so that the disparity between the have not should not be so glaringly widened. At the end, will lead to a situation where the community will be separated because of their income and wealth level.
Right.
Are you going to say that Malaysia either have a direct involvement in setting of service on their bus?
Yes, he has played a role because an order was made by the Supreme Court judges that morning. It was an injunction to stop the recommendation for sacking Tun Saleh to be submitted. And what the Chief Registrar was doing was that he ordered the court staff not to help the judges. He asked the court staff to lock the doors of the court and locked up the seal and did not sign the order because time was of the essence. He was rushing to get the court order to the panel. And here is the Chief Registrar who did not perform his duty and was not assisting the Supreme Court judges, as a result of which there was a delay. So he has played a role in the very beginning, where when we look back today, where and when it started, this is the date and the time. So he may be called, and he should be called, to come to the Commission and explain his role. So it's going to be very difficult for him to be heading the panel, and when his turn comes, he has to go down and become a witness. It's very difficult for him to ask questions to himself.
No, I can say to this. Could you imagine Tun Saleh Abbas present at this Royal Commission, explaining why he was being sacked, and at the same time informing the Royal Commission that one of the persons that was involved in that exercise was maybe the chairman of the Royal Commission himself. So
there's a conflict. There's a clear conflict, and therefore it's not appropriate to be, not even heading the commission. He should not be a member of the commission.
Since that KeADIlan is not actually with the operation generally, with three chairman and two master, and so the KeADIlan could couple with the information on that releasing the case.
We have, as a party, we have already asked for the commission, and we would say that we will cooperate, but it's important that the commission itself be formed properly, with the proper term of reference. Then, and what we are saying is actually credibility. The credibility of the commission is very important.
The party welcomes the commission. Yeah? But the public must be given notice of the shortcomings of the composition of the commission.